Hi guys, how are you? So we're going to continue with indices, right? Okay, fine. We did not do this kind of indices, right? We call them Indicesian equations, right? That's sort of like indices equations, sort of like 5 to the power x is equals to 25, right? So if you've got that kind of an equation where your unknown or unknown variable is the power, right? You just make sure that you make the bases equal or the same. It's going to be 5 to the power 2. It's going to become 5 to the power 2. These ones are now the same, so you're just going to say x is equals to 2, something like that, right? That's how you work something like that, right? Okay, let's say it's 9 to the power x is equals to 27, something like this, right? We want to make the bases equal. We can't really say 9 to the power something to get 27, so you have to choose 3. 3 to the power 2 is equals to 3 to the power 3, right? So we now have got the bases that are equal, so you say 2x is equals to 3. We solve this one, it's going over 2 over 2. X is equals to, what do we say here, 2 into 3 is going to be 1 and 1 over 2, something like this, right? So that's how you work something like that. Okay, let's work another one. Now 4 to the power c minus 1 is equals to let's say 64, right? Something like that. Okay, so we have something like this. We say 4 to the power c minus 1 is equals to do we have a 4 to the power something so that we can get 64? Oh yes, we do. 4 to the power 3, right? So these ones are now equal. You just leave them out. C minus 1 is equals to 3. We get c is equals to 3 plus 1. You work this one the equation way. C is going to become 4, just like that, right? Okay, fine. So let's talk about something like this. X to the power half is equals to 2, right? I want to do equations like these ones, right? Okay, so we're going to say x to the power half is equals to 2. The idea is to make this one a power 1, so we're going to multiply by 2. Remember, if you multiply by 2 this side, you also multiply by 2 this side, and also it was a 1 here since there was no power. So we just cancel these ones. It becomes x is equals to 2 to the power 2, and then x is equals to 4, something like this, right? Okay, fine. I'm pretty much sure you are seeing what I'm doing here. Let's do something else. X to the power 2 over 3 is equals to 4, right? Let's work something like that. Okay, so I said the idea is to make this power here of x 1, so we're supposed to multiply by we just have to multiply by the inverse of this matrix, or we just have to multiply by a vice versa of this matrix. That's gonna be 3 over 2. Remember that if you multiply by 3 over 2 there, you also multiply by 3 over 2 here, and then you cancel these ones. It's gonna be x is equals to 4 to the power 3 over 2. Now this one has become a fractional indices. We talked about these things. We said you're supposed to say 4 here, 2 here, to the power 3, right? So it's going to be x is equals to square root of 4 is 2 to the power 3. X is equals to square root of, that's going to be 2 to the power 3, that's 8, right? I'm pretty much sure you've understood what I just did there. Okay, also let's talk about something like x to the power minus 1 over 3 is equals to, let's say 2, right? Okay, I said the idea is to make this one a 1, but if there's a negative now, so if you're going to have to make a positive 1, you are supposed to multiply by a vice versa or inverse of this one that has got a negative. So it's going to be 2 to the power minus 3 over 1. So that negative and negative is going to become positive, and then we cancel these ones. These ones are canceling each other already. X is equals to 2 to the power minus 3 over 1. That's the same as this one is a negative indices, so we say 1 over 2 to the power 3, something like this. Then we go say 1 over 8. Then we got our answer here, right? I'm pretty much sure you guys, you're understanding what I'm just doing here. These things are simple, right? Okay, let's do other ones. I want to do something like 2 to the power p is equals to 1 over 8, right? It might come as something like this, right? First thing is to put 1 over 8 as a negative indices, so it's going to become this one. If you're asked to evaluate this one, it goes back to this one. So this one also can go back to this one, right? So we now have 2 to the power p is equals to, let's make the base 2 so that it can be equal to this one here. So we're going to say 2 to the power 3, but we already have minus. We are not going to say 3 minus 1. We're just going to say that power is gonna multiply the negative one up there, right? 2 to the power p is equals to 2 to the power minus 3, something like that. So now we have got the equal basis. We're just going to say p is equals to minus 3, something like this, right? I'm pretty much sure you understand. All right, so let's say we have x to the power minus 1 over 2 is equals to, let's say, 16, something like this, right? So how are we going to work this one out now? First of all, we can't use this power here and 10x here. If we have 2, we're going to divide by 2 both sides, so that we'll be left with x to the power minus half is equals to 8, something like that, right? And then this one comes back to saying minus half times, remember it's a minus. For us to make this whole thing a positive one, we're just going to multiply by negative 2 over 1 is equals to 8 to the power minus 2 over 1. So we cancel this ones. Negative is going to be positive, so we now be left with x is equals to 8 to the power minus 2, of which we know that it's 1 over 8 to the power 2, which we also know that it's 1 over 64, something like this, right? So these things are quite simple. You're just supposed to continue working and working and working. All right, so if you do not understand the things that we did, you're supposed to repeat, you're supposed to rewind the video. Also, I'm going to have to leave you an exercise. If you find time, you can send it to me. I can mark these ones for you. All right, don't also forget to subscribe, put likes, so that we can have a power to continue doing what we're doing for you, right? Like us, guys, please. If you want online lessons, you can contact me, right? You can just write your requests on the just below the video. I will do a lot for you then, right? Alright guys, that's it for today. If you write these ones here, you will, if you get them correct, that means that you have understood what I just taught you, right? So I'll see you on the next video, guys. Alright, just please cheer us up, like us, continue to learn from us for free. Alright, see you next time, guys. We love you.